Sacredcas asked, what's your earliest memory? I'll be honest with you guys, this is going to sound super, super depressing, and I really don't want to bring this down at all, but I don't really have very many memories from before 9th grade, which is, I was about 14. And the memories that I do have aren't always real because I have manufactured my own memories about my childhood, and it's part of my mental illness, and it's really hard for me to think about because I just think that, like, sometimes the things that I think are true about what I experienced as a child, I'll talk to my parents about it because in my memory that they were there and they tell me that that never happened, or they tell me about something that did happen and I have absolutely no recollection of it. That being said, I do remember earliest memory. I remember when I was in the 5th grade, couldn't tell you when, but in the 5th grade, so I was 10, I remember staring at the other girls' butts because, you know, girls have nice butts, and at the time I didn't realize that it really meant anything, but yeah, I like the ladies, I married one. That's what I'll go with. Back to cheerful stuff. nerinelunacyran asked, when did you decide to make a Tumblr, join Tumblr? I don't remember exactly when it was, but I think it was close to 2 years ago I made my first Tumblr account, and it was a mess. It was such a mess. Oh my god, it was bad. I just followed, like, everybody and anyone that was giving a giveaway, anyone that was posting funny stuff, anybody that posted from any of the fandoms that I was in, and I just posted everything. I didn't tag anything. It was terrible. And yeah, what made me decide to is I had a friend who, he's practically like a brother to me, and he was on Tumblr, so I was like, oh, if he thinks it's cool, maybe I should check it out. I haven't looked back. Onwards. Trustcrowley asked, what was your first URL and why? My very, very, very first URL was Mrs. Omniscient, which was also the name of a Blogspot blog that I was running at the time, which I don't anymore. And it was kind of a play on words because, like, I like to act sometimes like a know-it-all, and people come to me and ask me a lot of things, and I do know a lot, I guess, sometimes about some things. So it was just like a joke with myself that I was calling myself Little Miss Know-It-All, Miss Omniscient, and yeah, that was it. It had a hyphen. It was bad. Wistfulcas asked, if you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life and eat only one food, which would it be? Okay, well, for the movie, if I could only watch one movie for the rest of my life, it would be Rent, the movie version of the musical by Jonathan Larson, featuring Adam Pascal as Roger. And if I could only eat one food, I'm gonna go with cheesecake, because it's delicious. And if I can only eat one thing, I'm gonna assume that I'm not gonna become, like, super obese and unhealthy, and that I'm not gonna die of malnutrition, so I'll just go with something that tastes good. Bennykisses asked, what's your favorite book if you like to read? Do I like to read? I'll have to show you my bookshelf sometime. To draw and why. I actually don't draw a lot from the things that I read, which is, I don't know, I kind of draw just random shit from my brain, and sometimes it's based on a show like Supernatural, and sometimes it's based on, like, Welcome to Night Vale, and sometimes I'm just listening to Welcome to Night Vale and creepy stuff happens. But books, I haven't really drawn anything. I did make a bookmark for The Fault in Our Stars, because I needed a special bookmark just for my book of The Fault in Our Stars. I think that's the closest I've come to drawing anything about a book. That was a great question. I'm really sorry that I don't have a real answer for you. Casweaters asked, if you could go to any world, fictional, fantasy, etc., where would you go and why? They all seem really dangerous, and I'm a total chicken. So I'm gonna say maybe, I don't know, Supernatural world, because at least there's hunters. That, I don't know. Dangerous, scary, better in fiction. Casthatfallenangel asked, what's some stuff you're looking forward to this year? Cons, concerts, seeing certain people, traveling, etc. Well, I have made plans to go to San Diego July of this year. Hopefully I get a badge to get into SDCC 2014. I'm really hoping that I do, because I already booked my flight and my hotel. So if you're going, let me know, because I'm going to be there. Okay? And other than that, that's about it. I'm really boring. I know, I'm sorry. I see people a lot, and I don't travel much because I'm boring. iamlostcuriosity asked, what was the first fandom you joined? Do you mean like actively, where I was part of a community? I would have to go with Supernatural, because even when I first joined Tumblr, my big fandom was Doctor Who, but I didn't really interact with anybody, and I didn't really create anything. I didn't really go out and look for other people's creations, aside from like the fan art and stuff that I came across. So first, like, my first fandom that I've been an active member of is definitely Supernatural. The first show fandom that I ever, like, joined secretly would be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I used to watch that show, like, I would record it because it would play while I was at gymnastics when I was like 12, and I would record it on my VCR, and I would get home and I would watch it right after I showered after going to gymnastics. So yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Supernatural, but there's lots of shows that I've loved in between. Which Supernatural actor has the best smile? Misha, definitely. Like, they all have really great smiles, but Misha's just lights up the world. Tardissmile asked, do you have a favorite Supernatural episode? No, I don't have one. I have, like, at least 20. But on this top few list is definitely Changing Channels, and The Man Who Would Be King, Sacrifice, and basically all the episodes with Gabriel in them, and most of Season 8. And most of... I just like a lot of episodes that are really fantastic. Whiskey and Gunpowder asked, least favorite Supernatural season and why? You know, a lot of people have opinions on various Supernatural seasons and why they didn't like them and whatever, but I actually really liked all of them. Like, I really enjoyed every season 1 through 8. Season 9 is not done yet, and usually it picks up after mid-season, and already last episode was great. So I don't have a least favorite. Like, I really liked the first season because it showed you the beginning of this world and it introduced these characters to you. And season 2 with Sam dealing with Dean having sold his soul, and season 3 with Dean going to hell, and then season 4 with Castiel. I think the least memorable is maybe season 5, but it could be because I haven't watched a lot of it recently, and it hasn't really popped up on my radar much recently. But like, I even liked the freaking Leviathans. Like, I really did. I liked it. Don't make me feel bad for liking things. Little Blue Thing asked, hello, what's your favorite monster in Supernatural? I really like the Wendigo. I really like the Wendigo, and I also really like the werewolves, especially with what they did last episode, how there's like made werewolves and born werewolves. I think that was kind of neat. Yeah. Purgatory asked, what do you usually have for breakfast? Weekdays, it's usually, well, lately, weekdays, it's been a bagel slathered into butter, because why not? Weekends, it's almost always 2 eggs over easy with toast and some fruit. And sometimes if I'm feeling like I want to pretend I'm healthy, I'll have oatmeal with fruit. Fragilecas asked, if you could bring any 2 characters back from the dead on Supernatural, who would it be and why? Can we go with ones that are presumed dead, or that might not be dead? Because I would really like to bring back Chuck, even though like he's dead, but he's not dead, and that whole thing with him fading away into disappearing in the white suit. I want to know what the hell happened. And I'd really like Adam to come back. I don't care if he comes back as good or evil. Like I really want to take on it, like whether or not Michael did send him to heaven before they jumped in the pit, or if he did go to hell, how his soul has recovered or not recovered from that trauma, especially considering what happened to Sam's soul in hell and how much longer it's been. Yeah, I'd really like to see those two again.